Most travelers come to India for the Taj Mahal. But beyond the famous monument, there are tropical waterways where villages float beside palm forests, mountain deserts higher than the clouds, ancient forts rising from golden sand, and quiet monasteries where time seems to slow down. And most visitors never see all of it. India isn't just one destination. It's many worlds in one country. What people think India is. When people picture India, they imagine busy cities, colorful festivals, and historic monuments. They think of the Taj Mahal. And that version of India exists. But India stretches across enormous geography. From the Himalayas in the north to the tropical southern tip, the country spans climates that feel worlds apart. Mountains, deserts, jungles, beaches, and rivers all shape the country. Each region developed its own distinct identity over thousands of years. Languages change every few hundred kilometers. Architecture reflects local materials and centuries of cultural exchange. Food traditions vary so dramatically that a meal in Kerala shares almost nothing with one in Punjab. Once you move beyond the most famous landmarks, the experience becomes much deeper. You begin to understand that India isn't a single story. It's a collection of histories, landscapes, and cultures that somehow exist together within one border. The Taj Mahal, the anchor. The Taj Mahal remains one of the most famous landmarks in the world. Built in the 17th century, it was created as a monument to love. Emperor Shah Jahan commissioned it in memory of his wife, Mumtaz Mahal. The structure took over 20 years to complete. Thousands of artisans and craftsmen contributed to its construction. White marble changes color with the light throughout the day. At sunrise, it glows soft pink. By midday, it appears brilliant white. At sunset, it takes on golden tones. Under moonlight, it seems almost translucent. Early mornings bring a quiet atmosphere. Calligraphy from the Quran appears throughout the monument. It's the image most travelers associate with India, and it deserves its reputation. But India extends far beyond this single monument. The Taj Mahal represents one chapter in a much longer story. Kerala backwaters. In southern India, Kerala's backwaters feel completely different. A network of rivers and lagoons stretches along the coastline. This waterway system spans nearly 600 miles. Houseboats move slowly between small villages. These boats were once used to transport rice and spices. Now they've been converted into floating accommodations. Palm trees line the waterways. Coconut groves extend as far as you can see. Life here follows the rhythm of water. Villages rely on boats for transportation, commerce, and connection. Markets arrive by boat. Vendors sell fresh fish, vegetables, and household goods directly from their vessels. Children travel to school by canoe. The tropical climate supports banana trees, jackfruit, and tamarind. Traveling through Kerala feels like entering a different India entirely. Ladakh Mountains. Far to the north, Ladakh looks nothing like tropical India. High-altitude deserts stretch between mountain ranges. The region sits at elevations above 10,000 feet. Oxygen levels drop noticeably. Visitors need time to adjust to the altitude before exploring. Monasteries sit on cliffs above small villages. These structures date back centuries. Buddhist monks still maintain daily practices here. Prayer wheels line monastery walkways. Visitors spin them clockwise as they pass. The landscape feels closer to Tibet than to the rest of the country. Culturally and geographically, Ladakh shares more with the Himalayan plateau. Tibetan Buddhism shapes local traditions. Prayer flags stretch across mountain passes. Valleys appear carved by ancient glaciers. Rivers run crystal clear, fed by melting snow. Most visitors leave India thinking they've seen it, but the deeper you explore, the more it changes. Every region reveals something unexpected. Every journey uncovers layers that weren't visible before. If you're drawn to destinations beyond the obvious, this channel is built for that. For travelers who want to understand places, not just photograph them. Rajasthan desert towns. In western India, Rajasthan reveals another landscape entirely. Golden desert towns rise from the sand. The Thar Desert dominates the region. Temperatures can exceed 120 degrees Fahrenheit in summer. Fortresses built centuries ago still dominate the skyline. Massive walls protected trading routes and royal families. Some forts contain entire palaces within their walls. Courtyards, temples, and residential quarters create cities within fortresses. Markets fill narrow streets with color and sound. Textiles hang from shopfronts. Merchants sell silver jewelry, leather goods, and hand-woven carpets. Artisans work in small workshops, continuing crafts passed through families. In places like Jaisalmer, buildings seem carved from the desert itself. Music traditions thrive here. Folk musicians perform with instruments found nowhere else in India. Turbans indicate regional identity and social status. Colors and styles vary between communities. Village life and local traditions. Across India, rural life continues much as it has for generations. Over 65% of India's population still lives in villages. Villages remain closely connected to land and community. Agriculture drives the local economy. Harvests follow monsoon patterns. The entire year revolves around planting and growing seasons. Tea stalls become gathering points. Men meet in the morning to discuss local news over chai. These small shops serve as informal community centers. Markets bring together local farmers and artisans. Weekly bazaars rotate between villages. Farmers sell produce directly to buyers. No middlemen take a cut of the profit. Traditional crafts appear alongside modern goods. Handmade pottery sits next to plastic containers. Woven baskets compete with manufactured alternatives. Daily life here moves at a different pace than the cities. Schedules follow natural cycles rather than clock time. Work begins at dawn during cooler hours. Religious festivals mark the calendar. Entire villages participate in celebrations. These events strengthen community bonds and maintain cultural continuity. Food and regional flavor. Indian cuisine changes dramatically between regions. What's considered essential in one area might be completely absent in another. Spices shape most dishes, but the combinations vary significantly. Regulars know which stall makes the best version of each dish. Chaat, savory snacks, come in endless variations. Crispy fried dough meets tangy chutneys and cooling yogurt. In the south, coconut and rice dominate. Dosas, fermented rice crepes, appear at breakfast. Sambar, a lentil-based stew, accompanies most meals. Curry leaves and mustard seeds provide distinctive flavors. In the north, breads and rich curries are common. Tandoor ovens bake flatbreads directly against the clay walls. Gravies use cream, tomatoes, and ground cashews for richness. People debate which state makes the best biryani. They argue about proper spice levels and cooking methods. Food becomes a way to express identity and belonging. Why travelers explore more of India? India attracts travelers from across the world. Over 10 million international visitors arrive annually. But many visitors are now exploring beyond the major landmarks. The classic tourist circuit, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, no longer satisfies everyone. Travelers want deeper experiences. They seek authenticity over Instagram moments. Long train journeys connect distant regions. India's rail network spans over 40,000 miles. Overnight trains make remote areas accessible without flying. Travelers who ask questions and explore side streets discover hidden layers. Local guides share knowledge tourists would never find alone. Because every region feels different. Climate, language, food, and culture shift dramatically. You can experience desert heat, tropical humidity, and mountain cold within the same trip. The diversity prevents travel fatigue. Just when one landscape becomes familiar, the next region offers complete contrast. Who this side of India is for? This side of India is for travelers who enjoy contrast. For those who appreciate how dramatically environments can change. For those interested in culture, landscape, and history together. Who want to understand how geography shapes tradition. For people who want experiences that feel completely different from one region to the next. Who don't need every day to follow a predictable pattern. For travelers comfortable with challenges. India demands flexibility and patience. Plans change frequently. Delays happen regularly. But adaptation becomes part of the adventure. For those willing to move beyond comfort zones, to eat unfamiliar foods, to communicate across language barriers. India isn't just famous landmarks. It's tropical waterways, mountain deserts, ancient cities, and landscapes that feel endlessly diverse. It's villages where life continues as it has for centuries. It's food traditions refined over thousands of years. It's the way monsoon rains transform entire regions overnight. And once you move beyond the obvious stops, you realize how much more there is. Layers upon layers of history, culture, and geography waiting to be discovered. Every journey reveals something new. Every conversation opens unexpected perspectives. The country never quite reveals itself completely. There's always another region to explore, another tradition to understand, another landscape that redefines what India means. Subscribe for more journeys beyond the tourist version, for destinations that reward curiosity and patience.